This is the April market report for Northwest Michigan for the first quarter, really, of 2014. If we look at 2014 compared to 2013, the first quarter, you see the activity level actually looks much the same. Certainly for the first few months of this year, with the weather-related issues, sales and showing activity and even listing activity were down a little bit compared to last year. But not down that much, even if you break it up into segments. For example, we've broken up between under 150 to 200 to 400,000 rather, and then over 400,000. You look at each of those segments because they do tend to move a little bit differently in the marketplace. But if you look at those segments, you can see that, for example, the under 150, where most of the activity really is in the market, you'll see that there is a shortage of listings. And in fact, sales are down slightly because there just aren't enough listings for sale for people to buy. In the next two categories, the over 150 and the over 400, you see that listing inventories actually have risen a little bit. And sales are about the same as last year. So in spite of the weather, they sort of held up in the sales activity. But in general, we'll find that April activity will jump up quite a bit because there'll be a little bit of release of that weather demand. But also, we'll probably wait and see until end of April, maybe even take us till the end of May to really see exactly how strong the market is and where the weather effect moves aside, and we'll really see the core demand for housing in Northwest Michigan. We think it's still very strong. The indicators are still upward movement. Values are still increasing across all three price categories, which is important to see. We think that as the good news for where the market is going, where values are going, gets deeper into the marketplace, we'll see more and more sellers, hopefully particularly at the lower priced end, because that seems to be the piece that's holding the release of the market up. We'll see that values have risen, that after 6 or 8 years, their mortgage values are finally less than their home values, and they'll see the benefit in starting to look for homes. One of the challenges that we find is that because there aren't as many homes in the market as there has been, particularly homes that are saleable, that fit the right price and condition circumstances for buyers to be attracted to them, you'll find that many sellers are sort of waiting. They're holding back, waiting to find that home first before they move. So we have this pent-up release of listings that are hanging out there. And once those sellers realize that values are probably a little stronger than they thought, we'll see some of that being released. Maybe not until mid-summer, and maybe not even until fall. But again, Northwest Michigan, we're so seasonal that we tend to have that selling season. So it may be that real punch release of listings may not come until next season, maybe even next spring. But that's good news for sellers in some ways, because that means values will be going up. Lack of inventory, excess demand, values rise. It's a little frustrating for sellers looking for homes, but we think, again, the inventory is holding about the same as it were last year. That frustration won't be too terrible. And compared to the rest of the state, particularly southeast Michigan, where the inventories are significantly down, it's sort of all relative to where you are in the state of Michigan. But overall, throughout the state, you're going to find that inventories are light for buyers, that they'll be chasing homes and multiple offers. You'll find for sellers, values are going up, so that's a smile on them. But if you also have to buy as well as sell, you have some frustration there, because you'll be caught in that in-between of not being able to find necessarily the home you're looking for, but still wanting to sell. One of the things that we're having a lot of sellers do is they're putting their home on the market, and they're offering, asking that their home, they be given some time to find a new home, even as much as 6 months to find a new home. And that way they know their home is sold and they have some confidence there, but they're also given the time to look. And that's been a popular offer that's being made for many of the properties that we're marketing today. So overall, good news for Southeast Michigan for the first quarter of 2014, and for the state as well, and for Northwest Michigan too. So that's it.